Welcome, everybody, to Would I Lie to You, another edition. I'm your host, Wooly Shackleton, coming in another week of Would I Lie to You. What a week it's been. Cold weather in Rhode Island, and I hate it. So there's that. But enough about me. We have some pretty exciting guests tonight. But before I turn it over to them, let me explain a little bit how our game works. This is based on the hit BBC One show from Great Britain called Would I Lie to You? And what we do here is our panelists have submitted to our producer, Peter, true statements. Peter has shuffled those up, added some lies, and sent either the truth back to our panelists or a lie. They don't know which. They are clueless right now. They have emails that they have been instructed not to open until I ask them to on this feed. So tonight they will read those statements, and the opposite team has to figure out if they are telling the truth or if they're telling a dirty, stinking lie. So pretty simple. That's how our game is played. We play for points, big prizes at the end, big prizes at the end. So so there's a lot on the line for our contestants. So I will now turn it over to our team captains to introduce our team. First, we have special guests all the way from Pennsylvania, traveled all this way from Happy Valley Improv from State College, Pennsylvania. I know we're introducing, but I'm going to say James is James and I worked at Western New England University. James was a student there, so we've kept in touch. He kind of inspired me to start improv, so it's nice that they can join us tonight. But I will turn it over to team leader Dawn, even though I kind of stole her thunder, to introduce the team.
Well, hello. As Ian said, we are in fact. Oh, excuse me, Wooly said.
Wooly, please.
We are in fact HVI, Happy Valley Improv. We're happy to be joining you guys tonight. My name is Dawn. My pronouns are they, them. This is my wonderful colleague, Lori. Their pronouns are she, hers. And of course, James, who you already know, he, him. Are happy to be here. And we are team HV, I'm not lying.
Get it? Happy Valley Improv. For those, us in Providence are a little slow, so sometimes we need to explain some things. So, speaking of slow, Brad.
Hello. We are Truth Decay, and really chose a name that reflects the state of 2021. Our team is made up of renowned puppeteer Roy, one of his puppets who came to life, Lou, and I don't know, the whale. I haven't seen the movie in such a long time, and I'm Brad. So we're gonna have some fun tonight, either lying or telling the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. Like that's just what I'm gonna do.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into it. So we have prior to the start of the shore. I can't multitask. That is a skill I don't have. Prior to the start of the show, we drew names on who would go first. And Dawn, you won. So if you would please open that email that Peter sent you earlier.
It is opened.
All right. You may read.
Okay. I accidentally added a large portion of cayenne pepper to an appetizer I was making for a banquet. This ended up ruining the banquet.
Ooh. Ruined banquet thanks to Dawn. All right.
What was the banquet for?
Good question, Lou.
So the banquet was a fundraiser for the Youth Service Bureau.
What is the Youth Service Bureau?
So the Youth Service Bureau is an organization that we have here locally that is meant to provide services for aspiring youth. It helps with foster care, respite care, stuff like that. My parents were foster parents, so it helped with that.
And were you hired? Do you have a catering company? Is that where you're hired?
No, I was part of the volunteers. we were supposed to be making different kinds of food. I'm a big foodie. My partner jokes that I'm a food enthusiast. And so I decided to make a Moroccan dish, which used a lot of something called harissa. Mm-hmm. But it was meant to have a lot of paprika in it, and I got confused and I added cayenne. So
Had you made this before?
I had actually. It was really good the first time. So much so I actually have a weird policy. I only make things. I won't give friends freshly made stuff unless they're baked for some reason. Because I think with baked goods, people eat them even if they're mistakes. They like them anyway. So in this case, I was like, no, I got to make sure it's right. So I had made it out of a book beforehand, and yeah.
I mean, honestly, to me, harissa sounds made up. I am not a Moroccan foodie.
No, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, I can explain it, but
Not-
Is it like a paste? It's like a pepper
yeah,
paste?
it's like a roasted red pepper and paprika paste.
Okay.
It is. If you've never had it, it's delicious. So long as you don't confuse it with.
I think that part is
It has
blind.
a little bit of cayenne.
The only reason why I know about it is because I think I got it in like a Blue Apron box once when I like tried Blue Apron. So, you mentioned you got it from a book. What was the book?
So there's a book that is out there called Morocco.
Oh, pretty vague name for a book.
Yeah.
It is. I could go grab it, but I think that defeats the purpose of the game.
It
Did you make
kinda
a
does.
huge batch or?
No, well, I made enough for. It was supposed to have about 10 to 15 dishes to feed about 200 people. So it was only supposed to be like little piecey things, and so I made about this much.
What was the reaction? Like, how did people handle this unusually flavored dish?
Well, first, you must appreciate that I walked around explaining to everybody how excited I was about this new dish that I'm going to share.
Of course, I believe that. Yeah.
And then, of course, secondly, they promptly put it into their faces and then began coughing and sputtering and crying. And I had realized that after that, maybe something had gone a little wrong. And I tried it, only to find this out.
There were like 10 dishes, but yours was the one that ruined the banquet?
Well, mine was the only one that was cooked disastrously and caused people to have coughing and crying fits. So,
I see. So everyone had some, or most everyone had some.
no. I would, oh my gosh, I can't remember. I was only like 15 at the time. So,
Oh.
Oh
Or did you cook a lot when you were a kid?
gosh, yes. I'm one of 7. So my job when I got home from school was to provide dinner for my fam. So I'm really good at hamburger helper, but when we get a little excited, I used to make other things. And I was actually a vegetarian for most of my youth. And so that's how I got to learn about other cultures that don't always use traditional Americana meat, veg, potato formats, if you will.
Moroccan hamburger helper is the best hamburger helper. That's a known fact.
Yeah. You could add harissa to a lot of like cheeseburger mac with harissa would
Sure.
be so good.
Were there any lawsuits that came out of this, Dawn? I mean, okay.
No.
Just making sure.
Thank God, no.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, you said it was a fundraiser for YSB. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. You service.
Like, were funds still raised that night, or were they like?
Yeah.
We just
Yeah, they
spent
had like
money
a-
on emetics.
They had a silent auction and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I was mortified. I hid in a bathroom for the rest of the night because I was
Oh,
just
man.
crying like, I made everybody ruined. My mother comforted me. Rockstar that one.
Nice mother.
Did you continue volunteering at this organization afterwards?
I did. I kept doing it all the way up until I was 18. I even got like a little award for my scholarship at the end of it. They
That's
just
cute.
never let me really. I only brought in baked goods from that moment on, and I had pre-tested them.
Yeah. Roy, how are you feeling? Any more questions from you?
I think it's true. It sounds, I don't know, it rings true to me.
Okay.
So, wait, hold on a second. The harissa paste was something you made from scratch?
Oh no. Well, sort of. So you take. I got some of the Moroccan roasted peppers,
Uh-huh.
and then I pureed them, and then I added the seasonings.
I don't know that I've ever pureed anything in my life.
I think though that's something that you normally buy in a jar, isn't it? Or
You
a
can.
tube?
Well, nowadays, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like these comments that are promoting the other team doing well.
Either true or you're a phenomenal liar.
All right. So Roy says it rings of truth. Lou believes it.
I think it's true.
The the fact that she made it is sort of that gives me a little doubt. So I mean, to made the paste itself, because I think normally you buy it.
Someone says they're not sure.
Yeah, and that was the same person who claims that harissa is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Wooly, I'd like to enter our team's final
All
answer.
right, I will take it. I'm excited to know what you're thinking.
We believe that Dawn ruined a banquet.
So you believe that this is the truth?
Yes, we do.
We are locking in that answer. Dawn.
Yes, lock it away.
Dawn, did you ruin this nonprofit's dinner at the age of 15, or was that a dirty lie?
I am unfortunately going to have to share that it was in fact a lie.
Oh, son of a...
Wow.
I knew Morocco was a real place.
Okay, but I do actually have a Morocco book, and I have made harissa. So
That's
made
why
this. Okay, that's good.
You
I will
based
share
it
that
in
with you
truth.
if
The
you
best lies are based in truth, Dawn. So nicely done, nicely done. Playing like pros already. All right, well.
I hate this game.
You hate this game? Is that what you
I
said?
am not good at this.
Well, Brad,
that's a
you're
great
up
line.
next. So
right.
hate it all you want. It's your turn.
All right, let me open this. And before I open this, I'm 100% sure this is the truth. Happy Valley, your guest. I would not lie to you. I just want to get that out in the open.
While Brad opens, let me just do a plug. For those of you, actually, Providence Improv Guild, Happy Valley Improv, we are doing a virtual level 1 workshop. So it's starting on February 3rd. If you're interested in giving improv a try, go to improvpick.com to sign up. It's an 8-week introductory course, good for anyone who is looking to get into improv for the first time, or maybe some veteran improvisers looking for review. I'll poach Happy Valley. Always good to get a different perspective on improv. So maybe we can do some cross classinating. I made that word up. So all right, that's the first plug of the evening. All right, Brad, did I give you enough time?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
I once flooded a high school bathroom and lobby.
Were you in high school at the time?
I was not.
What was the name of the high school?
Munster High School.
And where is it located?
Yeah, Munster, Indiana.
Okay.
what were the events that preceded you flooding the school?
The Hammond Times Regional Spelling Bee. I missed a word and was upset. I was eliminated from the competition and went into the men's room off the lobby. And there was a urinal that just kept flushing. And so after I calmed down and wiped my face, I crumpled up a paper towel and threw it in the urinal and left. And I found out later that flooded the lobby and bathroom.
What word did you miss out?
Oh, I don't want to answer this. I missed the word "it's" because I didn't know the rule about apostrophes.
What is the rule about apostrophes and spelling bees?
Well, first of all, they're apparently a thing. It's possessive does not have an apostrophe. Its contraction, like it is, does have an apostrophe. And that's a truth. So please, nobody doubt that part of this story. You can doubt the rest of it all you like. Please don't make that simple grammatical
I
error.
correct that all the time.
Yeah. Lori knows
What grade? So what grade were you in when you were in the spelling bee?
I was in 6th grade.
What kind of haircut did you have in 6th grade?
Oh, I had a lot of hair. I have a picture of this. I could you and put
Lori's bringing the hard-hitting questions. I love it. I
You know,
love
it was like a helmet. It was not photogenic by any stretch of the imagination.
We never are in 6th grade.
No, yeah, just the stereotypical nerd cut. That was me.
Yeah, Lori, all of the pig community had been wondering that question about Brad for years. So thank you for clearing that up.
Inquiring minds.
Do you what were some words that you got right? Like how far did you make it that like you cried at losing? Like was that I can't believe "it's" was the last word.
James, why are you striking to my core like this? All right, so I was the first person from my middle school to make it to this level of the spelling bee. Like the next round is Washington, D.C. And I was the first person eliminated. I was the second word, and I don't remember the first word, but I was the first person in sixth grade, which was the first group to go, first person to be eliminated. And, you know, I cried a lot as a kid, like a lot, still do, all the time. I might cry tonight. I almost did earlier when Dawn snookered us. So yeah, it was not my proudest moment.
No.
Yeah,
Definitely not. Do you remember who won the spelling bee?
Yeah. No, not that year. I remember who won it when I was in seventh grade, and I remember who won it when I was in eighth grade. But I don't remember when I was in sixth grade. I'm sorry.
So did you return to spelling bees in future years, or did you just keep track of it all?
No, I was one word away from Washington, D.C. in seventh grade and in eighth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Rebecca.
So nobody else from your middle school had ever gone, and the word that you lost on was "it."
Yep.
I'm concerned about your education.
Well, see, here's the thing. I haven't made the mistake since. So I learned from my mistake. The sentence they gave me was the dog got its coat groomed at the vet's. And I started to spell vets because that I was like, there's no way the word is "it's." And they stopped me and said, no, the word is "it's." And then I spelled it incorrectly.
How'd you spell it?
I spelled "it's" IT''S, and it should have been ITS.
Brad, Rebecca as a clarifying question.
No, Rebecca, I did not. Again, there was a continuously flushing urinal. I wiped my tears away and took the paper towel and spitefully threw it into the urinal, where it then clogged the urinal and flooded the bathroom.
So did you know, like, it was spiteful to throw it in? I get that. Did you have any sense of the ramifications of that act?
No, I did not. There was intentional flooding. It was young and dumb was what it was. So.
And did it put a halt to the spelling bee as it was going on? Did everybody stop? And
No. My dad and I left because my dad was my good luck charm. Unbeknownst to me, my mom was the bad luck charm. And she and my coach were standing out in the lobby talking. And my mom, she said, like, oh, we were standing out there and water started coming out of the men's room. And we had to go inside and get somebody, and they got a janitor. And I was like, Mom, it was my fault. I did that. She's like, we don't need to tell the high school that. So if anybody from Munster High School is watching, it was me. I'm sorry. And the statute of limitations has passed.
Wait, you had a coach and you misspelled "it's."
Yep.
What was your coach's name?
Pam Miller. She was the eighth grade English teacher.
And she coached the sixth graders?
She coached anyone who made it, like anyone who left the school for the spelling bee. So like we had the school round, which I dominated. Then the next round, which I advanced on all 3 years. And then the round before DC, which I did not win. Last in 1 year and second in another 2 years.
What was the words that you lost in other years?
Oh, seventh grade, I missed subconscious. I forgot the second S. And eighth grade, I missed catastrophe. I spelled it catastrophe.
Okay. I think he's lying, Don. Like, that's just me.
I told you I was telling the truth. I told you before I even looked at the fact, I was going to tell you the truth.
Don, I don't think there's apostrophes in spelling bees, but maybe I'm wrong. I've never
wish
seen
that were the
one.
case.
All right.
I almost believe the spelling bee part, but I feel like he's pulling out something and applying it to the flooding. I think he was digging for a flood reason, and so I'm going to say it's a lie too.
But it's up to you, Don. You're the captain.
That's
I
a
know.
great joke.
I know.
Trevor, that was a
Thank you so
solid
much.
joke.
I'm gonna have to go with my team and say it is a lie.
This is a lie. All right, before you reveal this, I want to explain. I neglected to explain the points of this game, and since there is so much riding on your answer here, I want to explain it. So right now we are 0-0. No points are on the board because we only give points for correct answers. So if HVI is correct in their guess right here, they will get a point. If they are incorrect, they do not get a point. So, Dawn, remind me, how are you entering in your guess here?
I think due to failure to accept faulty plumbing of urinals and the ability that a 6th grade spelling bee would challenge their students with the word "it's," we are saying lie.
And I just need to appreciate the extra the HVI is going. We don't usually need to know why you're choosing it, but the fact that you are really showing the pig team a little bit like maybe you need to step it up again. All right, Brad, were you telling the truth or was that a lie?
That was the absolute truth.
Oh,
Because I was so upset about missing the word "it's" in 6th grade. There was an apostrophe in the spelling bee.
That is
nonsense.
unbelievable.
That's insulting.
That is, Indiana's tough. That's all I can say. That's a tough spelling bee. All right. So no points trading on that one. So we'll get into our next round. We are zooming through this game. Lou,
Oh my God.
you are up next.
Bring the hammer, Lou.
Oh my God.
Lou, I'm going to do another plug while you're bringing that up. Improv for Everyone is February 8th. If anybody has been looking to give improv a try, don't want to invest in a full 8-week course that I have already plugged, this joker called Ian is doing a workshop, $20, and we're going to explore a little bit about the improv basics and also tie it back in on how we can use it towards our daily personal and professional life to make it a little bit better. Use improv to get a little bit better. So if you're interested in that, it's at February 8th, 7 p.m. It's a Zoom workshop. So $20, go to improvpig.com. Again, open to anybody that can get to Zoom. So really, we encourage it. All right, enough stalling. All right, Lou, what you got?
Possession.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so this is one of about 17 stuffed piranha fish owned by my aunt. And when she passed away, she left one of these to each of her closest relatives.
That picture can come back at any time, so anybody can request it.
Thank
I'll put it
goodness.
back up. Yep, at any time. Like right now. There we go.
No, it doesn't. I think we all saw it.
Okay.
How many were there?
About 17. That's what I mean, to my memory.
how big are these? Like, I can't tell from the image. There's no. Is it as big as a hand or a big? Is it like?
Yeah, like a little bigger than your hand. I mean, I only saw it in person once, so.
Why did you only see it once? You don't have one?
No, I do not have one. I am not one of her closest relatives.
How big is your family?
My immediate family is quite small, but I do have a lot of cousins, and she has children. Well, she passed away, but she had children from 2 marriages. So,
What were the names of those 2 husbands or 2 partners?
oh, okay. Well, they're Chinese, so Lu Ying and Xing Yuping.
Awesome.
And were these piranhas that she raised over time, and when they died, she had them stuck? Like, what is the?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. So my aunt's Chinese, just like me. So she was running like an import-export business where she was like importing a lot of like like exotic kind of like collectibles to sell in China. And piranhas was one of those things. Yeah. So yeah,
She had
that's
17 of these. So where does she keep these in her house then?
no. She had a storage facility. I mean, like I said, she was running a business, so a lot of the things that she was selling were more normal, like toys for kids and whatever. But then she was also trying to go this other route of like stuffed iguanas, stuffed piranhas.
So she imported those. What did she export?
Oh, well, I guess.
Sadness based on that.
I don't know. My family always described it as an import-export business, but yeah, I don't really know.
Lou, did they always add air quotes whenever they said import export? That's a big clue there.
So hold on. So your aunt, like, you're not one of the 17 closest people. Like, there were 17 people above you, so you didn't get one.
Well, it's not that. I mean, okay, so I think I think she kind of had a feeling that I was not the one that would want this.
Oh, okay.
We had a perfectly fine relationship. I mean, I didn't know her super well because I live in America, but she, I think, mostly went for people that would keep them and not just throw them in the trash, which I probably would have. Because who the hell would want this?
Can we just take a moment and really sympathize with Lou that she found out that she was not a close relative with her aunt because she didn't receive one of these fishes? I think as David says, I feel for you, and I think that's very true.
A moment.
Yeah. So, all right, back to the questioning.
So, James, you were going to say something?
I was going to say, who were some of the people that got this? How close were they?
Yeah, so her 3 children, so my 3 cousins, and on her husband's side, his brother and his brother's kids and family, and then my other aunt and her children, and my sister too. So it's
this is starting to sound
laterally her siblings' families, and her husband's side. Yeah.
I feel like we need a chart.
So what I'm imagining is Lou's family, and it just sounds like everyone but Lou, and just I think harsh.
Do you think that they have a day where everybody gathers with their piranha and you're not invited?
No,
to it?
Honestly, I do not know what has become of any of these things. I don't.
Terrible.
I have never seen my sister display this in her apartment. Okay.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
So where did?
No, but honestly, I don't know if she got these legally, and I don't, you know what I mean? Because piranhas, aren't they kind of precious? Maybe endangered.
My dad had a piranha. I don't know.
As a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
don't give away anything to the other team, Lori.
I know. Well, but so she had stuffed iguanas and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Did she give those to relatives?
No. Well, no. This is the stuff that she sold. I mean, I don't know what else was left after she passed away, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question. If you are so distant with your aunt and you have only seen one of these things once, how did you know that this was all happening? How did you know that she gave these out? How did you find them originally? You said your sister would have never put them out. So
yeah, I mean, after she passed away, the family had to deal with her, business, right? And I mean, it was all kind of sudden. So we had to sort of sort out all of her contracts. Her husband did most of the work. But like, yeah, at some point he was just like, we need to empty out this like storage space because he didn't want to like keep going. So yeah.
So it wasn't that she gave it to her closest and had it sort of intended. It was that her husband went, we got to get rid of this stuff. Who has drawn the short straw this week?
I wouldn't, I guess that's one cynical way of looking at it.
When did she die?
Oh gosh. This was like 2000, I want to say 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2002. Yeah, a little while ago.
Yeah. And how long did she have her business?
Oh, she started in like the 80s, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate to be terribly cruel, but what did she die of?
Dawn is in healthcare, everybody, so that's an appropriate question.
I'm fascinated by that stuff.
That's a very, she's not being morbid. That's really her profession.
There, but yes.
Yeah, she had leukemia.
Okay.
Yeah.
My condolences.
Great.
But
Now we're gonna look real bad if we say it's a lie, Don. Now we're gonna look real bad.
Dawn just might have painted you in a corner.
Suddenly, like, you know, at the time I don't know if it's better. It's probably better now, but like at the time, there's really not good diagnostics for this stuff. And she was initially misdiagnosed and yeah, so.
So just a question. You would have had to submit this photo. So how'd you grab this photo?
Oh, this was like the stock photo, like from like, you know, when she ran her business.
Oh, okay.
Where? Like, what was the name of her business?
I mean, it's a Chinese name, but Jing Shanmen.
Okay. I don't know, Don. What do you think, Don?
Oh, no, that's my job. I get to ask you that question. And then if you and Lori disagree, then I have to think. But otherwise,
okay.
Lori, what do you think?
I think there's just some messiness with some of the facts. So
Right.
but it's so bizarre. It's hard not to imagine that it's true.
Right. Yeah. Like it's so out there. But I just feel like if she was close enough to be involved in the distribution of artifacts afterwards, that she would have obtained one of these. Like it's 17. Like look at that. Like, look at that.
17. Or at least an iguana, right?
I mean, like everyone that got them was basically in China, except for my sister. And the only reason she got it is because she studied abroad in China, like later that year, and then like she visited. So.
And you've only seen it once, you said, but your sister has one.
Yeah. So I saw it my sister's once. That's it.
And your sister
never put it out or anything.
Oh, okay.
And she passed away almost 19 years ago. And while you were thinking about what to use for Wilty, you went, I've got an idea.
Well, I mean, it is one of these, like, you know, really
bizarre
things, right? But like, of all things to stuff, like, I can't even believe that there was a market for this. That people actually, like, in China, like, bought these. Like, why?
Okay.
Lori, what you thinking?
Oh man, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot if I'm wrong. James, what do you think?
I think it's a lie. And I feel bad for saying that now because Don had to ask about why it passed away.
Her aunt could have passed away independently of this.
The piranha is
treasure.
irrelevant to the death, perhaps.
And
It was the
I was
catalyst
asking
to sending out the piranha, I think. It was the catalyst to send them out.
All right. I'm gonna be difficult, and I'm gonna say it's true.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
So we have
Now I have
a
to
lie
think.
and we have a truth. So it's on Dawn.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say. So here's what I normally do. I've learned that on Wilty, I am bad at identifying lies or truth. So because I think one way, I'm going to say the other and say that I think it's a lie.
That strategy, I like it. I like that strategy.
Could be completely wrong.
So we're going to lock in lie. All right, Lou. Oh man, going back to your original statement, was that were you telling the truth or was that a lie?
It was a lie.
Oh, thank goodness.
Woo! Woo! That took a journey. That one hurt my head. There was a lot there, a lot to keep straight. Nicely done.
Good job.
Nicely
Do you guys
done.
remember
I'm just
me?
happy that-
Like, what the hell is possession?
Yeah. Also, I'm very excited because that put points on the board. So now we are Happy Valley Improv. I'm lying 1 point versus Truth Decay 0 points.
That's all right. Plenty of time.
I'm just happy that Lou is one of the top 17 people of her aunt's family.
Probably at least number 2.
Yeah, all right. Let's get into our next round. And Lori, you're up. And while Lori gets ready, let me tell everybody a little bit about Happy Valley Improv and how you can follow them along. So Happy Valley Improv, follow them on social media. Also, 2/3 of their team tonight make up the duo. He said, they said. I'll be honest with you. I knew James, and when I saw he was doing a live stream show, I was all in, and I've been in for almost every week, unless I'm working. So they do a live just chat on Tuesday nights on Twitch. It's phenomenal. It's on 8. They've built this cool community. A lot are in our audience tonight. I recognize names. So check them out. They also semi-regularly do their duo on online too. So follow, he said, said they have their own social media presence as well. And it's a lot of fun. And one of the things that they're doing is that we're rewatching Schitt's Creek all together. Some folks have seen it. Some folks haven't. We watch it on Monday nights, so we do it online together, and then they discuss it during their show on Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. So those are the thing. Also, HVI have shows on Thursday nights, and there is a tentative festival in early September. Ooh, I'm interested in that. That could be a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's them. All right, Lori,
Okay.
I'll turn it over to you.
All right. I spent an entire paycheck on home security after I watched a terrifying murder documentary that turned out to be fake.
What? Where was this? What network did you see this on?
Oh, it was a video rental.
Oh,
What was it called?
Okay, it was called Dead in the Shed.
Dead in the shed.
I know it's ridiculous now, but
Pretty ridiculous.
Why is that not your team name? I feel like
That's a good
you buried the lead
I'm
on
gonna
that
give
one,
it away.
Lori.
that's a good question.
What was it about this terrifying? Like, what was so terrifying about this, other than the title?
Well, I lived in rural Ohio by myself in a mobile home, and I studied documentary film in graduate school for my master's program, and so I watched a lot of documentaries. And this one, I don't know, I was just at Blockbuster when Blockbuster existed,
I
and
remember those days.
yeah, and it looked interesting, and it's the little log line sounded interesting, so I rented it, and that was a terrible idea.
What year was this when you rented?
This would have been 92, 93-ish.
And what was the thing that you purchased? What was the security system that you purchased with the paycheck?
Well, back in those days, all you had were like things that you could attach to your doors and windows.
Yep.
So, and on a grad school paycheck, I was in graduate school when I watched this, so I wasn't making a ton of money. But yeah, I attached it to my doors and my windows of a mobile home. Yeah.
So what made you feel? So the documentary must have been very compelling for you to go to these lengths. But what was it about it that scared the heck out of you?
Well, because it happened, the whole thing happened in a rural area. It wasn't in Ohio. It was like in Indiana. And they hadn't found, and they pretty much the same thing. They hadn't found the killer in this documentary yet. And it happened in the late 80s, and they did this documentary about it. And well, it happened in the late 80s. And so living alone in rural Ohio on a back road in a mobile home, I decided that probably wasn't a good idea for a single person.
May I ask how like, so this entire system cost a whole paycheck,
right?
Can I ask how much?
It was like $217.
Well, you can't put a price on security.
You can't.
How did you buy like groceries that month? Or
well, I'm a thrifty person, and I did have student loans. So, and honestly, like I lived on things like beans and broccoli and bread. Like that's what I ate in grad school. So.
I guess what set this, first of all, you're in graduate school. There's an expectation of discernment. You said you're watching a lot of documentaries. How did you not know Dead in the Shed was a mockumentary?
Well, because it wasn't a mockumentary. It wasn't like, I understand mockumentaries. It was presented as a true crime documentary.
Okay.
And so I was fascinated by it. In fact, I like horror movies.
Right.
I grew up in the Freddy Krueger, Halloween, Mike Myers. So I didn't think it would affect me so much that I would become so frightened that I would never have watched something that would have frightened me so much that I would have purchased a home security system like that. And I feel like, you know, years later, I probably should have sued people for my $217 security system. So
you did the installation yourself, or did you hire someone?
No, it was a company called MetroCell, and they came out and, you know, did the talk about, and of course they made it better by telling me how unsafe it actually is to live by yourself in rural Ohio in a mobile home. So the salesperson was very good. He was very convincing. So, and I am kind of a sucker for a sales pitch, and I'm not, you shouldn't take me shopping because if you actually want to save money.
I'm amazed at the salesperson.
No stuffed piranha in the Dead in the Shed.
So the salesperson did not kill you. So that is not a murder.
Broad daylight. It was broad daylight. Yeah.
How many windows do you have in the mobile home?
It was a 2-bedroom mobile home, and it had a laundry room. So I don't know, like 7 windows, maybe 8 windows. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where'd you go to grad school?
Ohio University.
Okay. The Bobcats, of course.
Yep.
All right. Roy, did you have any more questions?
No. So let's see. Were you living alone?
Yes.
You were living
alone. Yep.
Okay, you said that already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was renting a mobile home. No, the mobile home did not have a shed.
Okay.
You were renting and you bought a security system for the home that you were renting?
Yeah. I took it with me.
Oh.
So it was a mobile home security system.
Perfect. Excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to leave it.
I don't blame you.
Did you use it again?
No.
Do you still have it?
No.
It's like a wedding dress.
Was there a guy standing behind you with a knife?
Yes.
Lou, did you have any more questions?
I think I'm decided.
Okay. Roy, how do you feel? Truth or lie?
Truth.
You think, all right. Lou, how do you feel?
I think it's a lie. Sorry, Brad.
No, it's fine. Dead in the Shed, you lost me there. That was when I was like, I don't believe this. I don't think Dead in the Shed is a convincing documentary film name.
That should have been my first clue, right?
And so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say it's a lie. That's our answer.
Locked in.
Lock it in, Wooly.
Lori, is there a documentary called Dead in the Shed, and so you can prove Brad wrong, or were you lying?
I have never heard of Dead in the Shed.
I'm so gullible.
Oh.
Nicely
But
done,
she seems so
nicely done,
nice.
I can confirm Lori is very nice.
Yes. Very, very friendly. Very friendly. Great
Very
person.
friendly.
Dead in the Shed.
Dead in the Shed. That ties up our scores. So that's exciting.
That's very exciting.
That's very exciting. And that also
No pressure,
means,
James.
yeah, and that also means that James is up next.
All right.
So, which means Roy is last. So just a little preview. So
Feels
while
like
James is getting ready,
basketball
I got one more
team
thing to
picking.
plug, and then we'll get back to the show. Pig is collecting soft goods for our Savers fundraiser. We've been doing this since before the holidays. It's still going on. If you would like to donate a bag of soft goods, again, that's blankets, clothes, bedding, that sort of thing. If it's soft, cuddly, you can donate it. Email improvpig@gmail.com. We will arrange, and when I say we, Alyssa will arrange to safely get those from you, either by picking a drop-off point and all that good stuff. So we'd love to have you contribute to this good cause. So improvpig@gmail.com. Now, back to James.
All right. When I was 16, I pooped my pants in a Staples parking lot.
True. Is it too early to lock in my answer that it's
Who hasn't, really?
Yeah.
I think the better question is, would Peter write this?
Yeah. I mean, Peter would write this. Can you give us a little more? Why wouldn't you go inside the Staples? What's going on there?
I actually tried to go inside the Staples, but they told me that there wasn't a public restroom available, and I had to go next door. So I went outside, and it happened.
And what do you think happened that precipitated this event?
I went out. I was with my grandmother, and I went out to eat at like a diner beforehand for lunch / like brunch, and so I'm pretty sure that's what caused it.
How old were you?
16.
All right, you said that. Yeah.
Did you eat foods that you hadn't eaten before? Or something?
No, it was at this. It was at a Friendly's diner, so.
What did you do afterwards? You have to destroy the evidence, and you're in Grandma's car.
I mean, I think you could tell the truth. You could tell the story for me. Yes, I had to ride home in my grandmother's car, and we lived like 30 miles away. And so I got in, I got in the car. I had like one of those Hawaiian shirts on. So I took it off. I put it on the chair, and I sat in it, and I had to ride all the way home with my grandmother with poop in my pants.
There were no stores between, no like places you could go between.
I mean, there were lots of. It was so the Staples was like in a shopping center. So like I could have went there, but I didn't make it. I went outside, and like it just happened, and then I ran to my grandmother's car and I waited until she came out.
Yeah, the comments are crushing it. LG bringing the heat.
What was the occasion you were dining out with your grandmother? So
I was the second oldest grandchild, but my my cousin was in the military, was in the Marines. So my grandmother asked me if I would go with her down to Plattsburgh, New York. So I'm from upstate New York, it's like 30 minutes away, to help her pick out a new laptop. So she was into technology, and so she wanted a laptop, but she didn't really know a lot about it. So she asked me if I would go shopping with her, and in return, she would buy me breakfast, brunch, whatever. And then we went to Staples, and we never purchased the laptop because I pooped my pants.
That's the most tragic part of the story.
Sounds like you were a shitty helper.
How much did Grandma bring this up at Christmas or anything? Like, or she like, I'm not going to tell the story. I've got your back, James.
This is the great thing. My grandmother kept it silent. And so I got home afterwards. So I get home, I run into the bathroom, I take all my, the poop clothes off, I throw it in the trash, and then I shower, I come out. My grandmother and my grandmother and my father are home. They are laughing at me, right? And I'm 16 and I'm so embarrassed. So I say, please don't tell anybody. And my grandmother swore to secrecy. My grandmother never said this again. But 3 months later, my dad told my mom, and then my mom ended up telling everybody.
Yeah. Do you limit your public poops to Staples, or have you expanded your repertoire since then? Teasing.
So first of all, I saw this other one. Someone asked in the chat, did I get it all out? I mean, it was a lava lamp coming down. It was just everything. But I don't believe I have defecated in public to that extreme sense.
Okay.
Do you think you could have? You didn't think to go have her go grab a pair of sweatpants from someplace for you or something?
No, I wanted to get home. Sure, yeah. It was the middle of the summer. Oof. So it was 98 degrees. I had to wait outside for a solid 20 minutes. It was an awful time.
That sounds awful, yeah.
Did you at any point in your life have you been back to that Staples or?
Yeah, I've been back to that Staples.
Oh.
Roy, we lost Roy.
I'm back.
All right, there we go. Whew.
Sorry.
I like the idea of you walking into that Staples and the poo kid is back in aisle 3. The poo kid.
I don't think they knew, because I walked outside, right? And then kind of looked and tried to there's a pole and tried to go near the pole and then beelined it for my grandmother's car to wait for her to come out. And there's no cell phones or anything, so I couldn't tell my grandmother. I had to wait for her to get out there. It was rough.
So this was a stealthy pooping.
And I hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was 98 degrees, but you were wearing long pants?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. I was wearing, maybe I was wearing shorts.
You don't remember if poop dripped down your leg?
I mean, okay, let me think.
Oh.
I believe it was short. So I think the idea of saying I pooped my pants, I read directly what the thing said. But I think when people say they poop their pants, they could also be wearing shorts. Yes, I was wearing shorts.
Yeah, Jimmy Sorrell at Pig famously only wears shorts, and he poops his pants all the time. So
Exactly.
All right, Roy, I
could answer this all night. Let me know.
This is a hard one because I think you're getting a lot of good details in there. I'll say true.
Okay. Lou, did you have any more questions?
No, but I think it's a lie.
you got hung up on the pants versus shorts thing, right?
Well, no, it's not just that. I think it's the lack of emotion in the storytelling that makes me think that he is actively thinking and making up these details as he goes along.
Wow.
Because if this really happened, it's a very traumatic memory, and the storyteller would be full of emotion. But I think he's a little too composed in the telling for it to be true.
Lou's psychoanalyzing up in here tonight. All right.
You know what? I like I said initially, I believed it was true. Luke has convinced me that, and Roy apparently. So I think we are unanimously saying that this is a lie. We hope that James has never defecated in his own pants, be they shorts, long pants, a sport. We hope that you've never pooped yourself in public. We think this is a lie, James. Lock it in, Wooly.
We're locking it in.
Well, I
James?
couldn't.
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
only tell this when I'm playing against a team that doesn't know me, because that is a 100% true story.
No, James, I'm so sorry for you.
And the emotion is because I have told that many a times on stages. And so yes, and so yeah.
This is an example of the awesome commentary that happens Tuesday nights on He's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wooly knew that was true as well.
Yeah, I think he said it was in your college application.
It might have been, and he clearly is in shock at what's going on.
Yes, he is.
I think it's particularly great that this is like a reform moment for you, James. Like you can poop your pants and now finally be proud because you utilize that into a skill to fool the other team. I'm proud moment for you.
All right, we're still tied, and
Roy is the only one who's left. Is the protocol to go on without Wooly, or do we wait?
I think so. I think Roy, Wooly has done his plugs. I'm sure he's refreshing and reloading and rebooting. So I think Roy can go into it.
Okay, I will
pull it out and either tell the truth or a lie, whatever you want to do, Roy.
I'll
Read
see
that.
Definitely.
I'll see what Peter has in store for me.
Be as convincing as necessary.
I know, Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Roy stories. Roy has really lived.
Peter. Oh. Do not open. Okay, that's the one.
Yeah. Open the one that says do not open. And if they don't guess Roy, go to a tiebreaker of some sort. Once Wooly comes back and tells us who's breaking the tie.
All right, I got it.
All right.
I helped a friend propose to his future wife, but they didn't invite me to the wedding.
How did you help them?
The video. Oh, they. I recorded a video, and he put it into a movie that they enjoyed watching together. And where I say, "Stop!"
The name of your friends.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
What was the what? And so yeah, they put it in. They took they had me record something. You can see how well I am at recording things. And I did a little newscast. And I said, we interrupt this movie for this message so that so-and-so can take out his ring and propose.
What was so-and-so's name?
Bob Smith.
And the so-and-so that they proposed to?
Sharon Smith. Or Sharon something. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
When was this? What year-ish? It
was 88, maybe.
And what movie did you insert your footage into?
A Christmas Story.
Oh,
The shoot your eye out.
So
that's so sweet.
What was the technology in '88 that you were able to take it and put it into the middle of the film?
Well, he had a copy, and then he was we're video. Well, back then we were video guys. I was getting an associate's degree in telecommunications. Back then, that meant TV production. It's got a new. I don't even know if they use that term anymore. Well, maybe for phones. I don't know. I'm not there. I didn't make that my career. Anyway, but what he did was he filmed me, and then I said something like, "Oh, and now we're going to pause, and so Bob can go grabbed the ring that he has in a hidden location and he presented it to her.
So you literally said Bob's going to go get the ring that he has in a hidden location?
I think I said something like that. I think it was like, or I'm going to go grab something from, we'll pause while Bob grabs something from a hidden location or something.
Why didn't they invite you to the wedding? Seems like a lot of work.
I have no idea. I expected them to. It was like, let's see, this. So I was around. I guess this is like 35 years ago. So what? Yeah, he called me up. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he asked me to do him this favor, and so it was in Christmas time. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Why weren't you invited to the wedding?
I have no idea. We weren't extremely close, so maybe.
How did you know each other?
We were in a 2-year program at Springfield Technical Community College, right near where you guys. I grew up in Springfield, so I know Wennick very well, or Wennu, or whatever they call it now.
Did you guys share
these
the same
two
major?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, James.
Is
Did you
Bob
guys
and
share the
Sharon?
same-
Are Bob and Sharon still married?
They are. They have. I think they have 2 girls. I'm on Facebook with them. I've seen them since, and every time they see me, they go, "Oh, there's the guy that got us proposed." But
So you weren't. Wait, I just want to make sure I'm clear. You weren't close enough to get invited to the wedding, but 35 years ago, you still run into each other every now and then.
Well, he's on Facebook, and 10 years after we were done with that 2-year course, which associate's degrees at STIC take 2 years. STIC is what Springfield Technical Community College is called, to those of you who don't know Springfield. Yeah. Anyway, what am I saying? So, yeah. So, no, I saw them at a reunion 10 years later for this 2-year course, and he said, his wife, Sharon, says, "There's the guy that got us engaged," and I bite my tongue and I don't say, "Oh well, you should have invited me." Yeah.
You have a class reunion for your 2-year degree?
We did. We were a tight group because we did a lot of video projects. Anybody who's like you were, you know what it's like. You're a documentary person, right? So you know what it's like to be on a film crew or do stuff like that. So you get together, do creative. You're all creative people. You know what it's like to collaborate. So we had one reunion, but we haven't had any since. That's what Facebook is for. You talk to people there.
Okay.
So, how long does it take? Did it take back in 1988? So, I mean, I was 2 years old, so I'm not sure about this. But when, to film it and then put it into the video and all this stuff, how long of a process is that?
Well, he took the movie. I think he had equipment. He worked at the Sheridan. The Sheridan. He worked at the Sheridan as he was the audio video. He would bring the VCRs and things into the people's rooms to help them get set up. If somebody wanted to watch a movie, not do it. I don't know if they were doing movies or not, but.
So tell me how did you have an editing system, or did you just do VCR to VC? What did you do? How did you edit this?
I'm not exactly sure how he did it. I was the talent. I had my suit on, and I say, "Oh, we interrupt this movie for a moment for a special announcement." Gonna grab the thing from the thing. And here's your thing. Will you marry me? Blah blah blah. So they have 2 kids. It's not Mary and John either.
Okay.
What are their names?
I don't know, like Nola or something.
Okay. Was it nice out in Springfield when you did this? Was this during the winter when you filmed it? Do you remember the weather?
This was in a conference room at the Sheridan.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what time of year?
Like I see what I think he was. It must have been around Thanksgiving or so, because he wanted to watch the Christmas movie with her, which was their beloved movie together.
Okay.
Lori, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking some facts changed through the course of the telling of this, and I'm trying to remember what year A Christmas Story came out, that it would have been on video by then. That he would have copied it.
I graduated from that program in '85. I know that they went over to Emerson for a couple years after that in Boston. So it could have been later, after he came home to the area. I'm not 100% positive
James,
about those details.
I mean, I'm not convinced, but I've been real bad at this. So I think a lot of stuff's wishy-washy. You know, Bob Smith is, and then Sheridan, and then Sharon. Like, everything just seems like off the top of the head of what it's going to be. That's my call. I think it's a straight up lie.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to go with my team and say that it is a lie.
So we're going for a lie. Sorry about leaving you all hanging. I had to run.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Thanks.
Run to the Staples parking lot.
I did. Luckily, it's close by. So
You all laugh. You all laugh at that, but an honest to God true story. My sisters, who are 4 years younger than me, found out about this, and I started, I was dating in high school. So like when I was 16, 17, 18, whenever I would bring a new girl home, my sisters would be like, "Oh, I hope you didn't go to Friendly's. Oh, do we need to stop by Staples?" And like, so I had to tell every single girl that I was dating in high school and beyond. I have to tell that story early. And my wife's in the chat. I had to tell her.
Light lady, when did you know, once dating the one and only James Tierney? Like, how soon into the relationship until you found out that he had in fact done such a deed?
Yeah.
Fun fact: the sisters would tell the story, and James would be out looking for a new girlfriend the next day. Light lady was the only one that didn't run, so she won.
Exactly.
In a plot twist, she was working at the Staples that day.
Yes.
She was the one who said,
And
"No,
then,
you
like,
can't use our bathroom."
She was watching from the window, saw the whole thing happen, and goes to her coworker, "I'm going to marry that guy."
And then once James had found that he had found a keeper, he asked Roy to help edit a video so that he could propose.
That's true.
We have an answer from James's wife, Kim. We were driving down the 405, and 3 months after we started dating, about a month away from going to visit his family. So you preemptively told her.
Nice. I had to.
Yeah. I almost crashed my car because I was laughing so hard. Well, if Light Lady's ever on the show, she can't use that truth. All right. So I'm sorry, we got sidetracked. What are we doing here? What's the call?
We are determining whether or not Roy is in fact telling a lie.
All right. So you're locking in lie, Roy. Let us know.
It's the truth, baby.
It's the truth. You couldn't remember any details.
Well, it was 35 fucking years ago.
This has only happened twice with Pig Wilty history.
Woo!
This is a tie.
Oh my God.
So Brad, please check your email. Peter is sending something to you right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And for everybody at home, everybody's supposed to turn in 2 truths. So this could be a truth, could be a lie, but Brad's going to read it right now.
That was a great story.
Okay. The local clown in my hometown left his scooter at my birthday party, and I never gave it back.
I thought it was gonna rhyme.
I know.
Clown in my town left a scooter on my crown. I don't know.
How old were you? What birthday party was this for you? What age?
6 years old.
And he showed up on a scooter.
Razor scooters weren't a thing, so it was like a fatter version of that. And it was in my memory now, it was mostly purple, but it may have been like rainbows up the front, like up the the handlebar part.
Mm-hmm.
And just left it at the party, and
So how did he get home?
well, it wasn't like a Vespa. It was like a kick scooter, but not like a little mini minimalist razor scooter.
Right, but I would think that if that's his mode of transportation on a regular birthday party clown basis, he would be used to driving it home.
No, it was part of his tricks, part of the show, I guess. More of a gimmick scooter than a transportation scooter.
Oh, so did he drive there?
I presume so. I was 6. I don't know.
Well,
Is it common fare in Indiana to have a clown for a birthday party?
No, but I was into I was into like showmanship and circuses. So it was either going to be a magician or a clown, and my parents went with clown. I suspect it's because they thought that magicians were somehow influenced by the devil, but really it was probably just a money thing.
Was your family religious?
Oh yeah.
What else was at this birthday party?
A Bugs Bunny cake, I know that, and a couple friends from school, and a couple friends from church, and then the cousins that lived nearby.
Did the clown ever ask for its scooter back?
If he did, it would have gone through my parents. And it's weird because it wasn't like I wanted a scooter. It was more like, oh, it's here.
So hold on.
Yeah.
I have two questions. One,
Sure.
You're a local clown. Like, do towns have like a local clown? Like, and this might be a question for.
Yeah.
Like, does Providence have a clown? Do we have a clown here in State College? People, like, do we have a local one?
we used to have a clown.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Local clown is Peter rewrites these clues, so it wasn't. I would have submitted the phrase local clown.
Got you. The second one. If your family was so religious, why didn't they wouldn't they be against you? This clown should get their property back, right?
That's
so
right.
did they not really know about it?
I mean, we had to transport the scooter home. I don't know if the clown never contacted my parents, or if my parents never called the clown and said, "Hey, we have your scooter. What's the bet?" Or if something happened behind the scenes where they tried to get in touch. I don't know. I just had a scooter.
Where was this party at then?
It was at Wicker Park, and I'm going to mention for the second time Munster, Indiana. But I didn't grow up in Munster. I grew up in Dyer. But it just happens that Wicker Park is on the border of Highland and Munster. It might be Highland, Indiana, but it's there.
So why did you take the scooter home from the park if you weren't going to give it back?
Again, I don't know what the plan in terms of my parents giving the scooter back. I was 6. I was like, sweet, scooter. But I think on some level I knew it was wrong because it wasn't I knew it wasn't a gift from the clown.
Would you say that this initial misdeed is what perpetuated your clear series of behavior that resulted in you flooding an entire high school?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that was the first step on a terrible path.
Blind.
So you're zipping around your neighborhood on this clown scooter days and years later. Are you telling the kids that this was the clown scooter? What are you saying about this scooter?
It wasn't like it was a year's thing. It was a really that summer fascination because most of my friends had bikes and I was scared to try and ride a two-wheeler. And at 6, most of my friends were at that stage. And I was just scared to do it. And so rather than try to learn to ride a bike and fail and fall and hurt myself, I was like, oh, this scooter is a better option for me.
What year was this?
It would have been a 6th birthday, so 1984. So sorry that I'm old, James.
No,
I don't have a hair like you.
When is your birthday?
July 10th, 7/10, like the split.
Okay, I'm a bowler. That was my other thing I gave is about my bowling history, as you can see in the background. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We lost our host.
Finger?
I'm just appreciating your both your faces right now. You're like, uh-huh.
Can you describe what this scooter looked like again? You started to earlier.
Yeah. All right. So in my mind, it was like a purple frame. So, like a Razor scooter has a very narrow, is it foot pad, whatever the bottom part is. This was fat. This was like a very fat thing that like an adult's full foot could go on. It was weighty. It wasn't like you could do cool tricks like on a Razor scooter. And the wheels were big, and they were white rubber. I remember that. And then in my mind, going up the handlebars was like a rainbow print, and it may have been hand painted. It may have again, it's been a while.
So if you're a 6-year-old riding an adult scooter, that handlebar's got to be like at your head.
Oh, yeah. It was at my chin. Yeah. Safer than riding a bike, Again, I was a very frightened child. I cried a lot.
Okay.
All my tears.
Did the clown use this scooter during the act at all? Do you remember that?
Yeah, he rode around if the kids were sitting down, he like rode around us, and
in a park.
Squirted a flower. We were on the pavilion area. So there's some picnic tables here and there's a grill there and everything. It wasn't like we were like by the twisty slide. It was, under the thing.
Do they always put pavilions on top of asphalt in Indiana?
It was concrete. It wasn't asphalt.
Okay.
Just a slab. Yeah.
Okay. So you had like a pavilion and then like a surrounding amount of concrete that they could then ride on.
Well, no, the pavilion was on concrete, and so that was kind of where he was doing his thing, because that's where like food was and the gifts were, and then outside of the concrete was like the park. So the grass and the twisty slide.
So this clown had a flower. Did it do anything else?
I don't remember. He was doing clown stuff.
Okay.
James, you seem very torn.
I'm torn because when you if we send it, the same thing happened with Roy. It was a great story and it definitely could have been true. But I was like, oh, but he doesn't remember a lot of that stuff. But it was so long ago that things are. So then it's tough. So I know the next time we play, if we're invited back, I'm going to take stuff from a long time ago.
Well, the thing is of course, if it is true, he's going to intentionally pretend like he doesn't know certain things to make it seem like a lie, so we guess wrong. That's not true
because I did the opposite. I was like, if I make so many details, then they'll think I must be trying to make up a lie.
Brad, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have an older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I have an older brother, 2 years older, and a younger sister, 2 years younger. And she might watch the replay of this. So hi, Brooke.
And what did they think about your new scooter? Were they mad, jealous? Did they use it? What did they do?
My brother was like, "Oh, that's a girl's scooter," because it was purple, and my sister, it was just too big for her. So maybe she would have used it after I graduated to a 2-wheeler, which again far later than my peer group.
How long did the scooter stay in your garage, or how long did you guys keep your scooter?
I want to say that we kept it in a shed, but I don't want to frighten you. Honestly, it may have just gotten tucked away. And I don't think it's still there. I'm sure my parents have cleaned out the garage at some point since it was built. But I have no idea what became of it kind of after that summer. I'm sure I saw it in the or for all I know, my parents gave it back. I don't even know.
All right. Lori, what are you thinking?
Know. Clowns at birthday parties, it just seems so. Yeah, I don't think a religious parent would let you ride it. It's not yours, and that's where I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with it's a lie because of the religiousness of the story.
Okay.
I don't know that you wouldn't be. I mean, if you could get the clown book to come to your party, why couldn't you get the clown to come back and get a scooter? So either your parents just didn't try at all,
Possible.
or it's just not true.
Also possible.
I love how you guys are both touching your
I don't have.
I don't want to add any pressure to you all.
Right.
But
we got
oh my God.
to clarify, if you guess incorrectly,
I know.
Truth Decay wins it all.
No, Lori, we don't die. Truth Decay just wins. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still.
I'm not gonna like
but
go and
what's
hide
the
in your
difference,
shed.
Dawn? What's the difference?
Not the Hunger
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna go hide in Lori's shed. Okay.
All right.
You know, she
all
got
right.
one
Fair,
now. She's
fair.
seriously upgraded.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like my team is leaning towards lie.
Hmm.
And thanks to Light Lady. Oh man. Huh. Let's see if I veto you all. Because
That's fine.
if I do that and we're wrong, Light Lady will excommunicate me. So, but I will tell you that I think he's lying, which means it could very well be the truth because of how I do my opposite thing.
Do your opposite
So-
thing then. That's up to you. You're the captain.
Oh,
You're the
man, I
captain.
am. Okay. So I will go with my team who just eluded me and say that it is a lie.
All right, we're locking in lie. Brad, was that a truth or was that a lie?
It was a lie.
Happy Valley Improv. HV I'm Lying wins it.
I am
Wow.
so glad you didn't ask me what the name of the clown was because I
Well,
had so many different ideas.
so Peter, our producer, who actually this comes from his life, wanted me to share this. This is a picture of the actual clown.
Oh my goodness.
That's the clown from his local. That's his local clown from Hampton, New Hampshire.
Oh my God.
His name is Mo, and yes, his real last name actually is what you think it is. I don't know what that means, but that's what Peter says. So
I know what
There
it
you
means.
go.
Not good.
yeah,
Isn't like Mo Body
Lester.
Shed is his last name.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. All right, everybody.
Oh man.
Before I
That was
wrap
fun.
up, I want to say an extra thank you for our sponsor this week, Lens Crafters, providing all of our frame work to this week. So thank you, Lens Crafters, for always being a proud sponsor of Would I Lie to You. I want to say a thank you to our pig regulars, Lou, Brad, and Roy. Nicely done. And also a very special thank you to Happy Valley Improv. I'll continue the joke that you drove all the way to Providence for this. So thank you for that. Gas money is in the mail. We appreciate it. I'm hoping you all would come back again and do this at some point.
love to.
And also, I would love to come visit you in State College and have you come down and visit us in Providence when we are back and doing improv in person. So on behalf of Providence Improv Guild, I am Wooly Shackleton. Thank you all.
What's that shirt? Wooly, what's that shirt you have on over there?
Oh. God, this could be dangerous. All right.
Oh man, it's that kind of show.
Yeah, it's that kind of show.
Is it
Look at
prime?
Look at that.
Representing. All right. So everybody now that I've lost all the viewers for showing off my belly, have a wonderful week and we will see you in a few. Bye now.
Thank you.
Is